Good morning, friends. This is Jenn Espinosa-Goswami coming to you live from my backyard. Isn't it gorgeous? I love this tree back behind me. By the way, if you notice I'm a little undid, I am because I haven't gotten ready for my day. But I'm having an intuitive realization that some folks need to hear this message, so this is where I'm going to go with today. The title of this live video is When You Can't Find Your Way, because this is a theme that comes up for me when I have phone calls with prospective coaching clients for my program, Let It Go. By the way, Let It Go, group health coaching, my most enjoyable, amazing program ever. It's a 6-week accountability program on steroids. Starts tomorrow. So if you're curious about that or you want more details on that, please comment below with your favorite emoji. It can be anything. And I will connect with you to talk about how you can learn more details about that program. It's amazing, and I hope you consider it. But first, let's talk about when you can't find your way. This comes up a lot, not just for clients and for people I talk to, but also for myself. We've all had those moments in time when we stop doing the daily things of life and we're like, I don't know what comes next for me. I don't know what I need. I don't know what I need to do to get to what I need, and I'm completely just stuck, right? It happens to all of us, whether it's in a business sense, a personal sense, a health sense, a relationship sense. It comes up for every single one of us. I'm certainly not immune to this. And I know personally when I'm in a place where I'm stuck and I don't know, I can't see clearly the path in front of me, I get very restless. And I do a bunch of things that may or may not have to do with my ultimate goals, right? That's me avoiding what needs to happen. That's where I go in terms of feeling stuck and unclear about my path. And I'm curious to hear, if you're joining me live or watching the replay, where do you go in your mind when you feel completely stuck and like you can't see your path? I'd love to hear from you as to what that looks like or feels like for you, because we all have unique experiences, and I'm certainly not going to say that all of you have the same experience as I do. But here's how it shows up for me. I feel very restless and I start doing a bunch of things. Growing up in the Midwest, I learned that being productive is a good thing and that it will take you out of feeling stuck. And even if I can't make movement towards the goal that I want, at least I can be productive about it, right? Like, who's with me with the whole productivity thing? At least I can be productive. I had a productive day, even if I don't feel like I got anywhere, I got a lot of things done, right? Checking things off. I don't have a to-do list, but I still check them off in my head. That's where I go when I'm stuck and overwhelmed. On the flip side of that, if I'm in a place where emotionally I'm not firing on all cylinders, I might shut down, right? Shut down completely. For me, shutdown looks like I spend more time on my phone. It looks like I nap more often. It looks like I'm irritated all the time. It looks like I lay around and don't want to be productive at all. Don't want to do anything. Don't even want to do the basic minimum daily chores that I normally do. And when I say chores, I don't just mean household chores, I mean life chores, right? Like the kids stuff, the food stuff, the exercise stuff, my journaling, my meditation. Those things go out the door when I just don't know what my path is and I'm confused as to what the next step is. So I'd love to hear from you. When you lose your path, what does it look like or show up like for you? Because we all have unique experiences, and I want to hear from you. This is part of Motivation Monday, so we know that we might be in a place, if you're watching this and listening to this and sharing your comments, you know that you might be in a place where you feel stuck or where you lost your way, you can't see the path in front of you, and it feels very frustrating, and it feels very uncomfortable. And it feels like people are asking you for answers that you just don't have. And so that might make you feel irritable and cranky and like you can't be your best self. This is what I see coming up for a lot of people that I work with, because I work with amazing women who are caretakers, like by nature. And by caretakers, I don't mean necessarily that they're physically caring for a loved one or work in a service-related business. Certainly those pieces are there in the clients that I work with, but they're caretakers in the sense that they feel like they are the best ones to take care of things and or people. So they're the ones who do it right. They're the ones who follow a certain process. They're the ones who put an additional dose of love and attention and kindness into everything they do. Those are the women I typically work with. What this means is they give so much that they have very little ability or even interest in receiving. They don't like to receive. And I know this because I don't like to receive. It's very uncomfortable for me because I'm used to giving. So, you know, they say we work with people that are similar to ourselves, and I know that this is very true about me, and this is true of many of the women I work with. So they give, whether it's to their business, to their partners, to their children, to their volunteer efforts, to their friends, to everyone in their life, but they don't give to themselves. And so they never get to a place where they're like, what do I need? What is it I need? And sometimes it doesn't even have to be the big vision, right? Like, I attend enough conferences and events and things like that where people are like, what is your ultimate dream? What is your legacy in this world? That's too big for many of us, right? That is not something you're going to come up with off the top of your head. That's going to just come to you. Maybe you dream about it, but it's just not in a place where you can actually state it out loud, because that's a scary thing. But even, what do you want? What do you want out of life? Many of us don't pause and ask ourselves that question. What is it you want? I work with people who want something more from their health, more from their life, even if they're not sure what that more looks like. That's why I do what I do, because I help you identify what that more is. I could care less about your weight. Honestly, I could care less about your weight. It's not about your weight. But the people that I serve and the women that I am very fortunate to work with give, and are not receiving what they most need to feel supported, encouraged, and loved. That's why I do the work that I do. You can't feel amazing in your own skin and blissful in your body if you keep giving everything away from yourself. You also need to receive. So that's why I call my program Let It Go, because a lot of what happens is not just adding to your to-do list. Because I've had people tell me this. They say, well, I can't work with you right now because it feels like one more thing on my to-do list. It's one more thing that I gotta manage. This program is not about managing anything. In some ways, in many ways, it's about letting go of those things that you're doing on a daily and maybe killing and doing really well. You don't need to do them anymore because they're not moving you forward. They're not filling your cup, filling that need you have, that hunger you have for being who you want to be in this world. You have a hunger inside of yourself, and it's not a physical hunger. It's a hunger, it's a hole, it's an emptiness that you're trying to fill. Maybe you're filling it with food. Maybe you're filling it with the talk that you're not good enough, that you're a failure, that you're lazy, that you're not putting in the work. But that's false. Once you let go of some of the activities that you are constantly involved in, you have more space and more realization of what that hole is that you're filling within yourself, right? You can pause and you can hear and you can listen. Once you let go of those daily to-dos, I hate to-do lists. I never put a to-do list on my clients. That's not how it works. Clients come to me because they want to get rid of some of those to-dos. I make it easier for you to get rid of those to-dos. You can let go of those things. And in the meanwhile, you also let go of the physical burden of excess weight. One follows the other. It's really difficult for you to let go of weight by adding a bunch of things to your plate. Right? It just doesn't compute. It doesn't work that way. So for today's Motivation Monday, I have to get going. I have to go run right now. Part of my training for my half marathon. I do want to throw this out there though. When you don't know your way, does it feel bad or good? And here's what I mean by that. By the way, use your thumbs down if it feels bad, or thumbs up if it feels good. When you don't know your way and you feel kind of lost, does it feel bad or good? Comment below this video with a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I want to see your comments. The reason I'm asking that is because that's a really good indication of how you are motivated. Part of goal setting and setting the right goals for yourself is to understand how you're motivated. For me personally, when I don't know my way, sometimes that's a big motivating factor for me. For example, I mentioned that I'm training for my half marathon right now. October 20th is the date. And this morning I woke up with some back pain. I've been dealing with some heel pain for the past week. So I've been taking it easy. I've been doing my stretches. I've been taking care of myself, resting, what have you. I'm doing the right things. And I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know my way. I know what I should be doing. I know what my training plan is. I know how many miles I'm supposed to be putting in today. I also know that I'm having some aches and pains that could make my training difficult. In some ways, that's motivating for me. Because even though I don't know how this is going to play out, I'm kind of excited about the outcome, right? I mean, this may be strange for some of you listening. I'm kind of excited to see where this is going to go. Because not all of life can be planned. Despite our best intentions, not all of life can be planned. But isn't it fun to play around with it and to say, I wonder how this is going to go right now. I don't really know, but I'm open to the result that needs to happen for me. And I will keep doing what I need to do. I will keep listening to my body wisdom. And I'm kind of curious about this. But some of you may be in a place where it's not exciting to you. You don't know your way, and it feels like, oh, it's just another thing. I feel crappy. I don't feel like this is good for me. I feel like I just want to completely do nothing and shut down. If that's the place you're in, we need to talk. We need to have a conversation, because that's a good sign that your feeling of stuckness and not knowing your way, you need support. You need someone to help you climb above that piece of it, right? When you're down in the trenches, you're down in the valley, you can't see the big picture. And if it doesn't feel good to you, then it means that you're constantly in that negativity. You're constantly in that, I failed. I didn't get this right. How can I not know? I'm an adult. I'm supposed to be adulting on this. I'm supposed to be responsible. That's okay to not know. It's okay. I'm telling you again, it's okay to not know where to go. It's also okay to ask for help. And if you don't feel good about where you are right now, physically, mentally, emotionally, and you know you want to get support for that, or you don't know that you want to get support, but you suspect that this is something you cannot climb out of yourself, that's okay. I'm here for you. I'd love to have a phone call with you or connect with you via private message, whatever feels good to you. If you're not feeling good where you are right now because you can't see what's ahead of you, and some things you can't control, but what you eat and how you move and how you feel on your daily basis, you can absolutely control all of those things. And I can help you with that. I can help you feel better about your path, even if you don't know what it looks like. Even if you don't know what the outcome might be, I can help you feel good about that path. Let's find your bliss today and not wait for the future. This is Jenn Espinosa-Goswami. As I mentioned, if you want to connect with me because you're not feeling good, please pop a comment down below. Say, let's talk. I'm happy to talk to you. My program starts tomorrow. This week is a little crazy, but I will talk to you, because if you're in a place where you're like, I just need to connect, I want to connect with you. And I will also pop my program, Let It Go, down below. By the way, I'm running this in 6-week increments. So even if tomorrow doesn't work for you, you're like, oh, I just can't. That's okay. I start again in November. So you can get the support you need with the right person you need, especially if you're unclear and not feeling good about where you are right now. I want to connect with you. This is Jenn Espinosa-Goswami. Thank you for joining me live for this Motivation Monday, and we'll talk soon. Take care and find your bliss.